Hey, good morning, everyone. I believe we are live. So, thank you for joining me this morning. I need to do a sound check. Good morning, Cheryl. Good morning, Sharon. So, I need to do a sound check this morning because I was told that there was something wrong with my audio. So, good morning, Sarah. Need to do a sound check this morning. So, let's see what's happening with the sound. Uh, hey, good morning. Oh no, I thought someone else just popped in and then they went away. So here's the thing. I went to log on to set up this video and to hit the record button. It works? Okay. Uh, and it said that it was stuttering. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Stuttering. Maybe I don't know what's going on. It seems okay now. So it said that it would go away. It said, leave it alone and it will go away. That's exactly what it said to me. So it was kind of weird. So we're here again today for another Monday. Color Live, Color Along. We're going to wait for everyone else to get here because we are still missing a lot of people. So let me see what is happening. I think I also have a delivery coming to my doorway. Let's see. All right, so let me go see what the delivery is. Hey, Sarah, what's going on, my friend? Hey, I redid my why is my finger big? The craziest questions happen. Why is your finger bandaged? Sharon's asking what happened. Nothing. I don't know what happened, Sharon. To be honest with you, I just literally looked at my finger the other day. This was on Saturday. And all of a sudden, it just like started bleeding. It just got like this very, very red lump. It started bleeding. It was extremely itchy. So I don't know what is wrong with it, to be honest with you. It was like this weird explosion on my finger. I should have 3 Band-Aids on this hand, speaking of bandages, because I was accident prone the other day, I guess. Anyway, it's really fine, but I was afraid it was going to bleed. And I know sometimes when people are watching a live video, they don't like to see the blood. So that's why I put a Band-Aid on it. Anyway, I have a couple of other cuts also. I cut my finger with a knife cutting tomatoes the day before. And then that same day that this explosion happened, I cut my finger here on my phone, my iPhone. I bought this thing to put on the back of my iPhone to reduce the radiation that the phone emits. And I went to go put it on, and I cut my finger doing it. I have no idea. I need to just like not run with scissors, right? I need gloves. You think? I don't know what I need. Do you think I should have gloves on, Sarah? That would be funny, actually. Be one of those people with like, I don't think I could color with gloves. You know, I just feel like the other day I was actually thinking to myself, don't know what I was doing. And I just had this feeling that, hey, I'm going to cut myself. And I almost cut myself twice. Once was cutting, I think, a tomato. And then the other day, and then a few hours later, I almost cut it doing something else. And then sure enough, I was cutting a tomato again, and there we go. I cut myself. Sharon says, oh my goodness, I know my fingers have been awful. I think it's all the hand sanitizer, all cracked to the point where they sometimes bleed. Hey, good morning, Angela. Good morning, Mary and Lynn. So, oh, you mean a cutting glove? I guess. Who knows? I know I do get those premonitions. It's kind of scary, isn't it? It's scary to me inside my head, Sharon. But what was I going to tell you now? Something about cutting myself. Oh, maybe that is the sanitizer, because I did use hand sanitizer a lot for the past couple of days, to be honest with you. Plus, I don't know. Let's not go on. Let's not go into explaining, my ailments. Should we just have a 5 minutes where we can just all complain? You know, when people do that, they just say, okay, I'm just going to complain for 5 minutes straight. Oh my goodness. Where are the rest of my pencils? Very odd. Okay, odd day. I'm using Woodless Colored Pencils today on a grayscale page. I have a couple of I have a piece of cardstock behind it, actually. This is actually a basket. I'm going to leave it this way rather than flipping it around because if I flip it around, I don't know what's going to happen. But I'm using these Ashley Woodless Colored Pencils. I keep all of my coloring supplies in a file cabinet, and the other day, or a couple of weeks ago actually, I went to open one of the drawers of the file cabinet and something was stuck. So you can imagine, I had to literally empty the entire file cabinet, every drawer, to get back to the stuck thing. And I remember this box kind of falling and emptying. So I don't know where the pencils are. They're probably in like the very bottom drawer. But this is a grayscale page, and it's a basket. So really the only colors we need to use we could make the basket brown if we want to and be, like the rest of the herd. We can be sheep, as they say, right? Or we can make it any color we want. So I'm not really sure. I think I'm going to go with browns because it really would look kind of cool. I do definitely want to stick with my my Woodless Colored Pencils. That is for sure. This color always throws me a little bit, but let's take out the brown. This one is called, I guess they don't have names on them, do they? Oh, no, they do. I just can't see this name because it's kind of worn off. Oh, it's called Oprah. We're going to go with that one. And then I do want to have a black, but there's my black. I don't know what happened to the rest of them. I guess they are in the bottom of that drawer. See, you have to just like improvise, Reload out. Well, thank you, Sarah. I'm telling Alice to reload, but she can't hear me, so that doesn't make any sense. Now, does it? Thank you, Sarah. So I did my. You want me to go look? Oh, I don't know if I can look for. I can see if I have another one. Let me see. I'll check real quick here before everyone else gets here. But what I do want to say, I've been trying to say, is that I redid my website. I've been redesigning my website, and a lot of people have asked. I've commented about it. A lot of people have taken time to go take a look, and I appreciate you doing that. I wanted to make it a little more easier to navigate. I wanted to make it a little less busy. People keep telling me it's got too much stuff. So I don't know what to say about that, but there's a lot that I'd like to share with everybody. So take a look at my website if you haven't had a chance, annemanera.com, and let me know what you think about it. One of the things that I did do was I added testimonials to the first page of the website. If you look way down at the bottom, it basically says what people are saying. And one of the testimonials was actually from you, Sarah. And I reread it, and I remember reading it when you wrote it. And then I thought, I guess I had forgotten about what you actually wrote. But what Sarah wrote is just absolutely incredible. So I appreciate it. Thank you, Sarah, for that heartfelt comment, because it just of all of the comments that I think I've gotten, that one is just really really kind of like tugs at the heartstrings. So I don't want to get all gooey or anything, but if you have not had a chance, go take a look to see what Sarah has written. And I think Bonnie Hughes has a comment on there. I believe Lisa Aykroyd's testimonial is on there also. So if you would like to have a testimonial on the bottom of my webpage, on my first page of my website, I just have to adjust this. Just let me know. Send it to me, and I'll pop it on there. So Sarah wants me to look for the Woodless Colored Pencils. Let's see. I know that brand is probably at the bottom of the cabinet, so we're not going to do that. But I do have, which we can use these also, Koh-i-Noor, which I know there is a black bag, but what are you going to do? I ran out of those crazy containers. Hey, Bev Larson, finally made it. Hello. Did Sarah get sound yet? We don't know. So I've got these also. These are Koh-i-Noor. Okay, you can tell I've used these a lot. I need to buy a new set of these. Who are we kidding? But they work fine. I mean, they do break, right? But I sharpen them anyway. So I'm going to pull out this brown too, because this is a good brown. And this one is probably a little bit darker. And you can't do a coloring page without this ochre, light ochre color, which apparently I really love. And maybe we might need to use some gray. This is, use purple? How would I use purple on this? I don't know about that. You think? This is all going to be kind of the same color. It's kind of like a monochromatic style type thing. Hey, Cindy. So I have my brand new black Bostitch color pencil shop. I'm just going to sharpen these pencils quickly. This one's very noisy. If you've never used Woodless Colored Pencils before, they basically have no wood around them. So all they have is just lead. They're pure lead. And then they just have paint around them. I think they're my favorite. I think. I kind of like them. I don't know. No, I do. I love them. All right. So I'm going to start out with this light brown color here. And this one is just called Ochre. This is an Ashley Nicole colored pencil. But we can flip-flop with brands. We don't have to worry about the brands. So, all right. So let's talk about color alongs and what's happening as we move forward, right? So color alongs, we've got to make a decision here today because I keep thinking that maybe not enough people are able to find the color alongs on YouTube. So what do you think? Is this a better stream, a better quality video, less problems with the video? I need some feedback here from all of you. What do you think? What do you think, Sarah? How about you, Bev? And what about you, Sharon and Cheryl? Sharon and Cheryl. I'm going to call you Sharon and Cheryl together now. I'd like to keep them on YouTube. I don't want to keep flip-flopping and changing like a crazy person here, but I also want to make sure that a lot of people can find us. I don't want people to be disappointed. I think that the stream quality here on YouTube is much better. It's easier. We're not getting kicked off. So I guess I just kind of not need to hear from all of you. Good if you are stuck, but I prefer Facebook. Do you really, Bev? How come? I like it here, but some need it on Facebook. Yeah, I know. The link is there. I don't know what we should do. I'm stumped. Stumped. And the reason why I'm asking this today, you've been 15 minutes trying to find this. Why? I have no idea. Sharon says, for someone who doesn't like change all that much, I have to admit that the change to YouTube was a good one. The sound clarity and video clarity is much better in my eyes than on Facebook. I haven't had problems with either one of them, Lynn is telling me. I think that the sound quality is far better. I think the video quality is much better. I think that a lot of people had buffering happening with Facebook and we would get kicked off or they didn't have any sound. So we're going to just kind of see what's happening here. We'll kind of go with it like this, right? The other part is that as we go into the new year, as we go into January, there'll be other things that are happening on Facebook. Barb sounded like she needed it on Facebook. I can find everything on Facebook, but here, not so easy. It's good, but today sounds kind of tinny. Oh, I don't know why. Yeah, Facebook does freeze often. So basically, Bev, let's talk about this. The best way to find me on YouTube is that I always post it on my Facebook page. There's a link. And this morning I did something a little different where I just kind of popped a live little thing that said, join me on YouTube in half an hour. But I do see a lot of people that are not here. Good morning. Sorry, I'm late. Lynn says, I like this picture. This is my favorite thing to color. I don't know why. A basket is my favorite thing. This is a close-up of a basket. It's monotonous. It's weird. But I think that it's extremely easy because all we're basically doing is coloring each one of these sections of the basket with this light ochre color, which is a Ashley Nicole pencil. And then we're going to go back in with some darker colors to kind of make it pop. Now that now that link I didn't see, I had to remind my phone, rush to find it. Okay, Bev. Post YouTube connection on your page, perhaps it'll be easier. I did. It's on there. It's there right now. I'm here on my phone, but on TV I have no sound today. It's really weird. I got you on YouTube on my phone with no sound but no TV. You know what's weird is that I was well, there's a lot happening right now with the planet, so maybe that's part of the problem. That's a very good idea. Sharon says I just put YouTube in my search bar, and when the website loads, my color logo right there. So just bookmark this page that we're on for YouTube. That's a very good idea. It's very astute of you, Sharon. We can always count on Sharon. By the way, Sharon, you stood me up the other day to make a snowman. I was waiting and waiting and waiting to build a snowman. Played in the snow on Saturday. I was going to call you, see if you wanted to come over and play in the snow. I played in the snow with the dogs on Saturday, actually. We had a snowball fight. I was standing in a field and I'm thinking, where the heck is she? It's 1 o'clock. She's supposed to be here. No, I'm only kidding. I was playing with the dogs in the snow though. This snow is wearing me out, to be perfectly honest with you. I am tired of it. And now here in this area, I saw the forecast today. It's supposed to be like 60 degrees on Christmas. It's crazy. I think that the clearing of the snow, the de-icing of everything, that's the part that's making me tired. It's like I've had enough now. I'm done with it. Now I feel bad. We were snow blowing and shoveling the driveway out. No, Sharon, I really wasn't going to build a snowman. I didn't. Friday, I don't think I went anywhere because of the snow. But man, I need to get a different snow blower, I think. So what do you think? This is kind of cool, isn't it? How you just kind of just go with, look at even just, and we haven't even touched the part about, I did think of her while I was playing in the snow, Sarah. Yes, I did. I was playing with the dogs. Um, they love the snow. Paisley really, really loves it the most. You have to like really beg her to come into this in. I had put a picture of her on my Facebook page, and people kept saying to me, "Why does she look so mad?" And she's not really like that. I was forcing her to be out in the snow, and I really wasn't. She was mad because I was trying to tell her to come in, and she just did not want to. This morning, she was like at the furthest section of the yard, and I kept telling her to come in, come in, come in, and finally, I had to go out and get her. And here I am walking across the snow in like the wrong shoes to be walking across the snow, essentially. And I almost completely fell. So I said, this dog is going to come in. This is crazy. So she finally came in. I had to trick her. You are tired of the snow already? I was tired of it before it even started. Just the thought of it tires me out. Okay, Bev. I'm not originally from New England, Mary saying, but I thought New Englanders like the snow. I do like the snow, Mary, as a New Englander, but I like it. And then for the first snowstorm when it falls, it's really pretty. And then when I have to clear off stuff in like my car and ice and shovel snow and deal with it every day and walk across it, and I'm done. So we do like it, but I don't know, Sharon, what do you think? I think we do like it, but well, Sharon's not going to agree with me. Sharon doesn't like it at all, but we do like it, but we just don't like it once it's here. We complain in New England, didn't you know that? We don't like when it's cold. We don't like when it's hot. We don't like when it's too sunny. We don't like when it's too cloudy. Where are you originally from, Mary? Sarah says, today I'm giving one of my jackets to my friend. She lost her storage unit and her jacket was one of the lost things. Oh my goodness. I have actually 3 jackets that I need to give away. And there was a donation or like a clothing drive the other day that I did not realize was happening. I need to figure out a place to get it to. Sharon says, I only like the snow when it graces the tree limbs and the grass, not when it covers the roadways and the driveways. Yes, me too. It is pretty, isn't it? But It's pretty from a distance. Lynn says, snow is pretty to look at, but it needs to go away faster. Exactly. That's a good way of putting it. I totally agree. Like right now, I would be, I wouldn't mind if it melted, every bit of it. I'm looking forward to it melting, actually. I'm thinking that by the end of the week, it will melt. I'm looking forward to that because I don't want to have to keep, I'm tired of it. That's all I have to say about that. I love it on someone else's property, Bev is saying. Me too. I like it on TV. You know, it's like a, I don't know, it's like a hyper kid. It's nice when they go home, right? Just visit. Goodbye. Oh my goodness. I know. We complain about weather all the time. So can you believe this has been, we're close to the end of the year. 2020 is about to come to a close. Has anybody decided to make some resolutions or goals or changes? You haven't left the house in a week, Lynn? I feel like I constantly have to leave the house for a stupid thing. I'm not getting out of the car, but I don't know. I feel like I'm constantly having to like go through the drive-through at a pharmacy or um, go to the post office. That was another thing that I had to do the other day. Or the other day I had to go to the vet and pick up heartworm medicine. Nothing seems to happen on the same day. Um, all things that happen from the car. But sometimes I get like I have to get out of this house. I don't know about you. Even to just go for a walk around the well, I was gonna say go for a walk around the block, but I'm not going for a walk around the block because it's too icy. Angela says I got some woodless pencils today, but I haven't used them yet. Yeah, what kind were they? That's Angela Radomi, you know, using her son's computer. This is another piece of crazy knowledge. Did you get a package at the post office? Me, Lynn? I haven't been. Well, did I go? When did I go to the post office? No, I haven't. The last time I went to the post office was, to be honest with you, the middle of last week, I believe. I did not get a package, but I also try really hard not to go in there when there's a lot of people. So I really try. Like I should have gone yesterday instead of braving the elements. There was a lot of people in there the other day when I went in there. The line had about, I counted it, it had 30 people in it. And I just had to like slink by. Do you have 3 feet of snow right now, Bev? I gotta say, I do like watching the dogs play in the snow, but if they could shovel for me, it would be even better. It does make them happy. It makes them tired, that's for sure. Nothing like a tired dog. I should go to the post office before Christmas. That's the next time I'll go there. I don't know when. This is a wicker basket. Exactly. Exactly. All right, I'm going to go back in now with this Koh-i-Noor one. I don't know what the name of this one is because it's so short. And I'm just going to kind of go back over some of these. The lighter ones. See the lighter part of it? This is darker, but this is lighter here. So here's kind of one of the, what do you call it? The rungs? Is that what they call them? And then this is an even darker one. This is called sepia. And I'm going to go with sepia on this portion of it. I hope this doesn't get scratchy. I hate when that happens. So you can kind of tell that one side of it is kind of a little bit darker and the other one is a little bit lighter. Then what I'll do is go back in with this black and just kind of put a little very fine line in between the rungs. And then go back where it is kind of like the in-between of it And I'm just going to use this dark brown. So I'm just going to use this same system throughout this whole thing. So let's see if we can do it this way. Okay, so here's my lighter brown for this portion of that wicker section. Again here. And I kind of like to go back in with the black at the very, very end because it just makes it, it's like the finishing touch, you know? Even like right here, you can kind of put a little bit of a darker spot of this, really this sepia color. Mary says, I just heard it's supposed to be in the 60s in Connecticut on Christmas Day. Yeah, same here. It's going to be in the 60s here. Isn't that crazy? That means all the snow is going to melt. Woohoo! Let it melt. Let it all melt. And here's this brown again. So I'm going to wait. I'm going to hold off on the black until I get to the end. And then we can just go in and kind of touch everything up, you know? Oh, okay, Bev. Yeah, that happens to me too. The plow blocks you in. The other day, the plow came by after everything was shoveled, and I was so annoyed. And I got to the bottom of the driveway, and I was like, I just can't do it. There's no way I'm shoveling this. So I kicked all the snow with my feet and flattened it and just stomped on it like a nut. I said, maybe people are filming me right now and they're watching me and they're saying, boy, I think she's lost her mind. But I think I need to hire Sharon. See how it's making that much of a difference by just kind of adding more brown on top of the already existing brown? I mean, look at this whole section right here that I just did. Huge difference. So again, here's kind of the lighter section. And then moving over here with this darker brown color. Wow, that's warm for Michigan, Cindy, don't you think? 40 degrees? Michigan is usually freezing. All right, so here is this section here. Well, 35 is normal, you know, but you're in Georgia though, right, Sarah? So that is, I mean, break out the winter jacket in Georgia. I remember one year it was kind of warm like that around Christmas. So just kind of continuing on with just this kind of monotonous colors of brown, but really looking like a basket. And then I still have to do, of course, the verticals. Such a simple thing to color, but yet I find it relaxing. So this past weekend, or the last week, I believe it was, I scheduled a winter coloring gathering on January 9th and 10th. I hope you can join me for it. It's in a few weeks. And it's going to be on a Saturday and Sunday. It's $9.99 to participate, and you'll get a PDF that will have a coloring page for a watercolor pencil tutorial, and then another coloring page for an impressionism style technique tutorial. And it also has some coloring pages in it. It has a couple of activity pages like a maze and a word search. And it also has some tutorial pages from my coloring handbook that kind of give you more information about coloring with watercolor pencils and coloring with in the Impressionism style. So that's happening on January 9th and 10th. The January calendar, I believe the January calendar has been posted on the coloring group, on Just Color Coloring Group. And you can take a look at what's happening there. I'll come if I have my own laptop. By then we ordered one but had to send it back. Oh no. How come? What happened? Because coloring camp isn't going to be till February this year, February 7th through 13th. And I think that we've got some good giveaways so far from Mary Whitworth with some paparazzi jewelry. I think Carol Blaze is doing another painting. Lynn says it had so many fun pages, I was surprised and had to hide it from myself. I should print it while we're live. Maybe I should print it. We'll have to listen to my printer in the background, but let me see if I can print it here. Hold on a second. I have a piece of tape on this desk and my mouse is just not communicating with it. It has a lot in it, doesn't it, Lynn? I think it has a lot. We'll print it. Oh, the keyboard. I hate when that happens. Keyboard gets stuck a lot, you know? Yeah, it has 3 coloring pages, 2 activity pages, a coloring page for each tutorial, plus it has, I'm going to print this, plus it has the Impressionism worksheet and watercolor pencil worksheet. I'm going to print this here. Let's see. Put some paper in the printer, and we can get it printing while I'm live here today. That'll be one less thing to do today. Okay. Let's hope it works. I always say that every time I send something to the printer. I always say, let's hope it works. Do you say that? We have ordered a new one, but postage is extra slow right now with both Christmas and COVID. Oh, no kidding. Yeah, can't you hook up? You couldn't hook up a new keyboard? That's what I was going to ask too. Lynn is so high tech. So just kind of giving the same technique. I mean, I'm doing the same thing. We already kind of did that section, so all I really have is this bottom corner. I probably would have sent the whole thing back to Angela, you know? Why bother? You want to buy something and you want to spend money on it, you may as well get it to be right, you know? Shipping is slow, though. It was something I ordered on Amazon that said wasn't going to be here till January 2nd. And and then all of a sudden it arrived on Saturday. So I don't know what was going on. Well, $4,000 is much higher than 400, exactly. So how's it going in Australia, Angela, with COVID? I keep seeing on the news that things are really doing so much better. I know. At that price, I agree with you, Bev. Everything should work completely, right? All right. So now I'm going to do my verticals, but I do need to I need to pivot. Who are we kidding? Can't leave it like that. The verticals, I'm going to use this ochre color again. And just kind of following the grays in the coloring page where I'm just kind of coloring with the strange, the same pressure for the whole thing. Strict lockdown paid off. Yeah, someone else should, other countries should follow suit. That's good to hear. See, there's hope. I don't know who this is. We don't know who that is. And you can kind of tell there's still those behinds. I'm going to go back in there with a different brown, with that darker brown. UK travel is shut down for 72 hours. Shut down in what way? Like what happens, Bev? Are you in UK or are you in Canada? Wow. Mary says I sent someone something from Edible Arrangements. She got it in 2 days. That's pretty quick. I love Edible Arrangements. Isn't it delicious? I had that sent to me once. I was so excited. It's better than candy. Okay, so now I've got this dark brown here. I'm going to flip again, pivot just to make everyone a little dizzy, right? And go back in and hit these darker sections for the behind section. So I'm hitting it in the, just that behind area. The black I'll use just kind of as a final touch up. We have open state borders in Australia. People can come home from overseas. Wow, new strain of virus is there. Oh, that's right, in England. I did see that. Gonna just give this a quick shopping. Doesn't it look real? I agree with you, Mary. That's why I love coloring these baskets, because it just completely, it's amazing. And Sarah made a comment that you could just color them with colors too, and they do look really pretty like that too. This would look really nice in purple. I agree with that. Oh, I think my printer has finally stopped. Right, let me get all this brown, and then I'll show you the pages that are in the PDF for the coloring gathering. A lot of things happening in January. Color alongs, the coloring gathering. What else is going on? Draw Along Volume 4 begins on January 27th. I don't know what else will happen. Probably I'm going to try to do some pop-up lives, Facebook lives, not YouTube lives, but some pop-up Facebook lives. I really would love to just kind of do some lives of painting, to kind of go along with my website revamping. And maybe even do some drawings live. Do you make New Year's resolutions, goals, or like a vision for the future? I feel like it's too much pressure sometimes to do that. How about you? What do you think? I was just thinking we should have a 5-day painting challenge, one painting a day. You know, it's funny you say that, Lynn, because I was actually thinking of doing some sort of like, not a painting camp, but like kind of like we're doing like the coloring gathering, maybe do a painting gathering type thing. Does you, Bev? I do too. I completely feel like I can touch it and it will be real. I feel like if I run my fingers across it, it's gonna go like, wait for it, right? It's gonna make that noise, right? Sharon knows what I'm talking about. Um, Sharon says, that's why I love grayscale so much. Whatever you color seems to look so realistic. Isn't it amazing? And did start a trend because other artists are doing gnome pictures. I did see that, but other artists did have gnomes, right? Like Deborah Muller had gnomes, and did Tabitha have gnomes? I think she did. New Year resolution salad, January 1 to 13th. Wait a minute. Okay. I love this. Is Mary's got dates for her New Year's resolutions. I got to read this. My New Year's resolution: salad from January 1st to January 31st, February 1st to December 31st, carbs. So you're only going to eat a salad. You're just going to cut carbs, or you're going to eat carbs. I didn't think that Tabitha had gnomes. I thought Tabitha had gnomes before. She didn't? I never talked to her. So I don't know. There's very few. I don't really talk to very many other coloring book artists lately. I talk to Deborah Muller a lot. She helps me out a lot with some things. Or usually we just say, our messages are like, you rock, or you rock also. Like we have like crazy messages like that to each other. I don't know why. It's kind of weird sometimes. I was talking to, who was I talking to about? Oh, I was talking to Martha Carter yesterday, and she said something about, I don't know how you have the energy to do all these videos and do all these types of like for example, this winter coloring gathering. And what I was trying to explain to her was that, it's really weird to be creating something and sitting all by yourself. I mean, music playing maybe, right? And drawing something without any feedback from anybody. And sometimes it kind of starts to feel like it's not even real. Like it's like a weird, it's almost like it's like just pretend. So you have to check in with people. You have to check in with social media, and you need to check in and make sure that that you're connecting with people. And that's what the live videos help me with. Not only do they help me, they've never really started as a sales pitch. They started really as, but they never started as a way to sell books. It has always been about connecting with everybody. Haven't talked to Dawn Boyer lately. No, I haven't, Sarah. So it's always been trying to connect with everybody. And I think that for those of you that have followed me from the beginning, I think you know that it has always been just do a live video to just, it's for the experience, for a time together, and then to basically kind of connect with everybody, and then hope that you'll walk away and say, wow, this is what I did, and maybe tell a friend and that type of thing. So that's what's happening. And I do kind of let you know about what's going on. So this is the winter coloring gathering that's going on January 9th and 10th. From 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. there'll be a live coloring tutorial. This PDF is $9.99 on my website, and it has shading with watercolor pencils, which is going to be one of the tutorials, impressionism technique with crayons, not with anything special, just with crayons. I think that'll be fun. It has a word search, a maze activity page. It has tutorial pages in it, which are in the form of this type of thing, some coloring pages, and some swatch charts. So, for example, these pages right here, this is the Impressionism worksheet, and we'll be doing this when we do the Impressionism tutorial. These come right from my coloring handbook, so these are right in it. It makes me think that I maybe need to do a volume 3 of the coloring handbook in the new year. So I'm not sure, but we can learn about what Impressionism is in the fine art world, apply it to a coloring page, and practice on this worksheet that's here. And then this is the page we'll be coloring. Of course, it's winter, so we have to have a snowman. Hey, Dawn. And this is the page we'll be coloring in the Impressionism technique. This little snow guy, I know it's S, but we're going to be doing this with Impressionism, with crayons. And then watercolor pencils, same thing. This comes right out of Coloring Handbook Volume 2, actually. And it will be our worksheet. We'll learn about it, have a little bit of a technique. So there's a lot of information in this packet. And then this is the page that we'll be coloring with watercolor pencils. I have this printed on cardstock today, that I printed this now. And I'll show you the cardstock that I just bought recently. It's Nina Exact Vellum Bristol. It's 67 pounds. This was a 250 sheet pack of paper, and I believe it was like $12. And let me tell you, this paper is different than the typical cardstock that I've bought in the past, in that it will um, really absorb some watercolor pencils and different mediums. It's great for markers. It's been great for drawing with charcoal, drawing just with graphite, that type of thing. Then it has a winter fun word search in this maze. I mean, in this packet. A maze is next. That's why I'm saying maze. And then it's got some coloring pages that are not in any coloring books that I have. So there's a mandala, which is very detailed and intricate. This cool, funky little owl, and a llama with a parrot on top, because you got to have a llama with a parrot on top. And then it has coloring charts in it. So, of course, there's only one coloring chart in it, and then there's my contact information. So that's the PDF that comes with this winter coloring gathering, as we're calling it. And again, we'll meet for an hour. It may go a little bit longer than an hour. I don't want to rush it. I want to make sure that we have a lot of information. It's going to be held in a private group on live on Facebook. So if you're interested in that, that is what is happening. Now I can take that off my list of things to do. Okay, back to coloring. This one's light ochre from Koh-i-Noor. And I'm going to go back into this where the lighter parts are of the basket rungs, just to add a little bit more. I mean, it could be complete just the way it is, but I feel like it just kind of needs a little, a little something, something, as they say, right? So just kind of adding it, just kind of giving it a little bit of a highlight, you know? I think that I think that happens a lot, Sarah, when you are when you start noticing things that you maybe didn't really think you noticed before, and then all of a sudden they just kind of pop up. It's like you buy a red car, and all of a sudden everybody you see has a red car. So just a little bit of this color, just a tiny bit, even kind of where like the white part of it is, will just make it look like it's going to pop even more. It almost looks like it's glowing. Isn't it 3D? It's crazy, Lynn, isn't it? And just go over on this section here. Now, when we add the black, hold on to your seat because it's really look 3D, right? I guess my lighting's okay. What do you think? I don't have another lamp, another light shining on this like I typically do. Sometimes it gets just way too hot under the lights. All right, now we're gonna go with the black. It is um, really important that the tip is extremely sharp. Lynn says, I've done this picture in pinks and blues in the past. So much fun. Yeah, I think that it's just mesmerizing, isn't it? It's like I don't know what it is that just relaxes you. It's like if you want to if you're having a bad day and you need to just kind of relax, color up a grayscale basket. Maybe we need to do a study. So Lynn, I want to hear more about your idea about this 5-day painting challenge. Do you think that we should do a painting challenge where I do like a video each day? Should it be like an email type thing? I framed my painting from the other day. The other day we my painting membership people met on we met on Saturday. And did you see the paintings that Lynn and Dawn and Martha posted. Unbelievable. Those are really pretty. Those vases of flowers. Um, so that's just really important right there. That nice thin line to actually add that thin line of black. And again, here, really looking like it's going to just kind of pop off the screen. Got to give it a quick sharpen again. It's just not sharp enough for me. See, right here is really thin. Just kind of a hint. Just a little bit of a hint of it. Plus, I also wonder about the delay on YouTube versus Facebook. That's the other thing. When I was talking about um, staying on YouTube versus Facebook, I know on Facebook it's like a 39-second delay. I can find out right now. Yeah, 13-second delay here on YouTube. So that's much better than 39. But if you just kind of add that nice sharp black line inside there, it really pops, makes it really, really pop. And it just kind of represents just kind of the shadow that's there too. And then this last bottom portion will finish it up. So what are we coloring next week? Next week we are coloring the last color along of 2020. My goodness, maybe we should do a giveaway. I don't know. I might have to the last one of 2020. Wow. Seems like it should be like a monumental thing. I mean, you could just like keep looking at this and just keep going along and along, you know, just really adding to it as you take a closer look at it. And then even just kind of flipping it like this will make you kind of say, well, maybe this kind of like on the side of this vertical section needs to be a little bit darker to kind of make that pop out a little bit more. Just like underneath there, underneath there. And then almost like right there where it kind of goes into the horizontal sections. And you're not outlining it, but more kind of like adding something where it's just kind of a line that's behind it, if that makes sense. Like right here. Just that little teeny tiny little piece of black makes the world of difference. Well, I mean, I'm not about the world of difference, but you know, you get it. Okay. I think it's done. What do you think? There's some pieces that are like within the basket itself, like right here. Just gonna kind of, I need to sharpen this one. And just kind of getting like closer to those, like that little section there. And then this here, it's kind of like an indent in the basket itself, in the wicker. I think maybe I have an obsession with wicker baskets. I have a wicker picnic basket. kind of reminds me of this actually, the way the basket actually is. Wow, I know, huh, Bev? You're right. Wow. Isn't it amazing? A simple little thing really kind of looks like it's popping out. Really kind of like coming off the whole thing. The only one that I didn't use, which I thought I was going to use, was this jasmine color. And it's kind of like a well, I guess it's almost like that ochre thing. But this could actually really, if I add a little bit of this on some of these, this jasmine color will also, it kind of looks like the ochre color, I guess. So it would really just kind of make it pop even more. I was going to add some gray. Maybe I could add a little bit of gray. Just kind of where this section here, just to kind of mute it a little bit underneath that. Not in all the areas, but you can kind of see where it is. I know, kind of seems like it's doesn't make any sense to add gray to a grayscale page, but really it kind of mutes it a little bit, just in different areas. I don't know what that is. So just little tiny areas. It's like you can't stop. Thank you, Bev. But Bev, I'm glad you were able to find us. So we're gonna stay on YouTube for a while. And I'll add some pop-up videos, but I do want to talk to Lynn more about the 5-day painting challenge. That would be fun. I've been doing coloring challenges in the coloring group and the Just Color coloring group because Carol's kind of still taking a break. So we'll see what happens with that. I thought Carol actually just called me. I don't know if she did or not. That was weird. Yeah, I think that's her phone number. Very strange. No, I don't see it. Okay. I thought she was calling me. All right. So I'm going to leave this as a finished page. That's it. I'm done. Let's leave it as is. So next week we are coloring tulips. Why not? December 30th. I mean, December 28th, middle of winter. Why not? Right? As winter's approaching. Creating textures. And this is goes along also with the coloring challenge in the Just Color coloring group. This week's challenge from now until Saturday is to add texture to your coloring page, well, by putting different objects underneath the page. Well, let me see if I can put the link for you to bookmark. If I put a link here to my actual Facebook page, Bev, let me see if this will work for you. Hold on a second. See if it'll work for me. So I'm going to put the link here. I don't know if it'll let me. Okay. So Bev, this comment that I just put down here, I'm pointing to the screen right now. I'm pointing to the screen. Can you see me pointing to the screen? Anyway, right below your comment, it says there's a link there from YouTube for YouTube, and that bookmark that because that'll always bring you to my very first, to my actual YouTube channel, and you'll always see the video that's live at the time. Okay, so this was fun, right? This sepia one last week. This was a lot of fun. We so many incredible pages were done with this, and a lot of people commented that they really stepped out of their comfort zone with this. So that was really good to hear. So this is our Woodless Colored Pencil. So next week we'll be creating textures, and we need to put stuff underneath it, like tape or aluminum foil or things that will, maybe a coin, things that will make it texture as we color over it. And then as we move into January, we'll be working on oil pastels. We'll be working on this page and make it glow. This is glowing. I'm not sure what we'll use for that page. And then on the 18th, this is the tie-dye page. I believe we're using watercolor brush markers for this one. And then grayscale painting with watercolors is on January 25th. So that takes us through the end of January. This book goes all the way until March 1st, I believe. Doesn't it? Yes, March 1st. I keep thinking it was the 13th. I don't know why, but March 1st. So we will, and then Color Mode Volume 16 will be coming out in January, so that we can start that one in April. Yes. Okay. All right, everyone. Hey, have a great day today. Thanks so much for joining me today. Hope everyone has a great day today. I'll see everyone on next week. That's the next time we meet. Talk to you soon.